Here I describe the features of my CPU. So basically, first we have to install the software CPU-Z in our computer. Then I will open it. Here are some features of my CPU. So I will describe step by step. First of all, we discuss about the processor number. So first we need what is processor number. Processor number, the Intel processor number is just one of several factors along with the processor brand, system configuration, and the system level benchmark to be considered choosing the right processor for your computer. For example, there is an Intel Celeron N2820. It is a processor number, its name, and the code name is Baytrail M, and package installed in the motherboard, which are the socket 1170 BGA. And what about technology? Technology is basically is a linked with the chipset. For example, there is 22 nanometer, and there is core voltage ID. So what is the core VID? The VID is the voltage that the CPU programs that motherboard CPU power regulator to the produces. It means that कि ये वो voltage होती है current की जो कि वो motherboard को supply कर रहा होता है, which is 0.690 volt. अगर हम specification की बात करें, if we discuss about specification, Intel Celeron CPU N2820 and 2.13 gigahertz. Gigahertz is basically a frequency of the CPU. Family 6 and model इसका 7 है. So if we about clock, what is clock cores? So core speed is 2399.44 megahertz. In the latest computer, there is their core speed is basically in the gigahertz. So it is all technology. That's why their speed is in the megahertz. And we have different caches: L1 data and L1 instant. What is the working functionality of L1 data? Its speed is basically 2 multiplied by 24 kilobytes. It means that it is the data speed of the main memory towards cache memory. These two things are linked with these two memories. And if we discuss about main board, manufactured by the Toshiba, and its model is portable PC MP, and the chipset is created by the Intel Baytrail host bridge. And if we discuss about brand, Inside Corporation version 1.0, and this is the date. And memory. So first of all, about the RAM, DD3 RAM. DD3, it means dual data set RAM. So their channel is dual. Dual means they're two-dimensional bidirection of communication. That's why it is dual. And if we discuss about size, it's 4 GB size, 4 GB bytes size of the memory. DRAM frequency is 53.2 megahertz. If we multiply with the dual source, I already said it has dual channel. It means that 533 multiplied by 2, it's equal to 1066 megahertz. So 7 cache latency is the difference between the data transfer from main memory to secondary cache memory. The latency of the data is 7 clocks. SPD, there are 2 slots. Second slot is empty and the first slot is in working. DD3 RAM, module size 4 GB, max bandwidth PC3 1280 100 800 megahertz, and the model manufacturer Samsung. Discuss about graphics. Of course, Intel graphics are here Toshiba C core 400 megahertz and Intel graphic inside. Bench version 17.0.64 and Intel core. And if we discuss about reference, so there are Intel core. We can check all the features from the references over here. And if we discuss about so CPU ID is the saved report, this version about CPU-Z. So last thing is the cache. What is about cache? 24 kilobytes size of the memory multiplied by 2, and the 6-way set associated 64 byte line size, and the 32 bytes size of the L1 cache. And if we discuss about core, there are 2 core and 2 threads. Every process has on threads. It means that there are 2 cores. It means my processor is dual core. That is all about my functionalities and the features of my computer.